Hi everyone, so it's Bam and I am back with another video. Happy New Year, and I am so glad that it's 2021. Not that just because it's the new year like something's supposed to like automatically change, but I feel like whenever the new year comes it gives me a lot of motivation and I can reset my focus, I guess, to really make sure that I'm working towards whatever goals, whatever intentions that I have for the year. And I don't know, I just get super duper motivated during this time. 2020 definitely was a very uncomfortable year for me, especially. I found myself put in a lot of positions where I necessarily wasn't in my comfort zone. In retrospect, I feel now that I've almost had this type of, awakening where I understand that this is an opportunity for me to really grow and to really identify the things that I need to work on internally, and how I want to make an impact and influence in other people's lives around me, and even on a bigger scale. 2020 was it was a struggle to say the least, but I've been seeing a lot of people talking about I can't wait to return back to normality, or return back to what we used to have, what was. And I don't feel like that is what we should be longing for or striving for. Like, I don't want to return back to normal, because I feel like 2020 exploited that normalcy for all of the issues that are within it. The type of things that we saw and that were revealed, and the issues that were brought to our attentions, that this is the year to start working at that. It's not to hide it underneath the rug again, because everything we want to restore everything back to the way it was. This is an opportunity to take that leap forward and really figure this stuff out. Sorry, if you see me looking down, it's because I have my little journal of things that I wanted to talk about. So sorry if I go off on a tangent, or if things don't really seem in order or something. This is literally my stream of conscious. So yeah. Okay, so to get into a bit of my New Year intentions. I don't like saying resolutions for some reason. It just doesn't sit right with me. And I remember watching this other YouTuber. This was a while ago too. I forgot who it was, but they, instead of saying resolutions, they said intentions, because this is what I intend to do. And sometimes things don't work out that way, or sometimes I have to alter my goals and aspirations to fit the path that I'm going along. So I don't want to use resolutions, because I feel like it's kind of binding, and I don't want to be obviously bounded. I'm trying to be as flexible as possible to what it is that I want. Anyway, I try not to overload myself when I'm thinking about my New Year's intentions, because it's so easy to want to change your whole self, your whole being. And I don't feel like I need to change who I am. I want to just better it in a way. I want to accentuate the good characteristics and start to redesign the bad ones in a way. With that being said, I really want to focus on my prioritization and how I prioritize things, because I'm the type of person where I like to do a lot of things, and I feel like everything is of equal importance. And last year I find myself trying to balance this and that, and not finding time for this, but I think this is just as important as that. Even though I would use my planner, or I use my phone to write down notes of things that I need to get done, everything was just all over the place, and I felt that when things are all over the place, that also reflects how I'm feeling internally. And it's true, I feel very cluttered, I feel very disorganized within, and I know that with the goals and the person that I want to be, I'm not going to be able to obtain that. I really want to prioritize my internal health, because I know that if internally I'm healthy, I'm strong, I am focused, I will be able, that will permeate to other aspects of my life. So that will permeate to my mental health, and then that'll go to my physical health, and I'll be able to perform well in school. And I realized that last year the semester was pretty difficult, and I would forget to take time for myself. I would forget to relax a few times and really just hone in on what's going on inside my brain, and that reflected itself in my physical health, my mental health, and how I performed in school. And that's just not the way that I really feel like I should be living, you know, just because obviously school's hard, life is hard, you know, everything is hard, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I need to be suffering. And with that prioritization of my internal health, I'll say, you know, I have considered leaving the academy and going elsewhere. I realized that there's a couple of things that I have to really be real with myself and ask if this is what I want to do, if this is the way that I want to do it. Because, you know, I feel like things are hard, but I shouldn't necessarily suffer. My mental health should not be suffering this much to really get what I want necessarily. And honestly, I'm talking about the academy and going to school there, especially during this pandemic. You know, last semester really took a toll on me in terms of how I was doing mentally and then physically and spiritually. And I was sacrificing a lot of my internal health. Honestly, it wasn't necessarily like the academics, because like I finished my 3rd semester. It's very evident that I'm very capable of going and doing well. But it was the environment and being in my room and like the culture as well. Everything there, it was like a culmination, and everything just didn't sit right with my spirit. And I have really been contemplating about leaving. I feel that I don't necessarily need to go to the academy to get where I want to be. And so if, you know, after this semester, if I don't feel like it's the right fit, then I will leave, because again, I intend to really put my mental health, my spiritual health on the forefront of this year. Yeah, like I plan to stay this next semester, of course, but you know, sometimes things don't work out, and sometimes you're not just it's not meant to be. And I'm not one to force or to meddle with things to make it right. Like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I truly believe that. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's like kind of hot in here. I'm facing the window, and the sun is like facing me, and it's kind of hot. Yeah, that's kind of like my New Year's intentions, and that all kind of ties into, you know, my, of course, school and my academic schedule. So we're gonna go over that now. I think I'm going to put up my schedule right here. You guys can see that? I think so. I'll be taking jump, which is literally jumping out of airplanes, which is gonna be pretty sick. But I take that FGO, so hopefully the weather will allow for me to actually take that. Sometimes if the weather's too bad, then you can't like jump, obviously. I'll be taking water survival, which it's gonna be a grind. And how it says on the side that M1T or M1, M2, that means that it's for 2 periods, so basically 2 hours. And then chem, I'm not gonna lie, I hate chemistry. I'd rather take another physics class than take chem again. Last semester, before we were all sent home because of COVID, I had an A in the class. I was like, okay, cool, this is great, because it was all stuff that I remember from like high school. And then as soon as we went home, like we got into like some other stuff like that was just more in depth, and I was just like, what the heck is this? And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I don't like the subject whatsoever. I hate mole conversions, but I have to take it for my major, so that's gonna be a grind. But I know a lot of people who have already taken it, so I'm definitely gonna get whatever help that I need on it to make sure I freaking pass. Let's see, poli-sci, that's gonna be a fun class. My roommate was in it last semester, and she said it was good. It was a lot of reading, I think, and I don't mind it. I love reading. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like, you know, keeping up to date with like the newest, or like with recent global events and stuff like that, so it'll help me stay informed. And also I like discussion, so I like discussing things that are happening, you know, domestically and internationally as well. So hopefully this is gonna be a fun class. But I feel like those classes really depend on who else is in it, because You know, it could either be you, the teacher just talking, or, you know, other kids chiming in and having a discussion within the period. So hopefully it's like that. Hopefully I got some cool classmates or stuff like that. That'd be awesome. And then lead is basically like a class to teach you how to be a leader. I think, yeah, something like that. I have M1 through M7. That's so fun. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Dang, that's gonna suck. I mean, I'll have class from 7:30. Is it 7:30? I already forgot. I think it's class from 7:30 all the way till 3:30. So those are gonna be long days. And then let's go to T days. So I have basic swimming. So that's gonna start immediately when I get back, which will be interesting. I swam a little bit when I was in like elementary, so I don't think that's actually necessarily gonna help me too much, but we're gonna try. And that's T1 through T2. And then I have Astro 201. Basically, I actually had a friend who was in that class last year, and he said that it's a bunch of like learning how to code on MATLAB, which I can't code for the life of me, and I suck at MATLAB too, so that's gonna be interesting. But it's like you go at your own pace or something, and there's like a bunch of projects or like little like homework things that you have to do and like send in, but basically it's like a self-paced course, hence why it's like 1 hour. So when things are self-paced like that and you don't have someone like you don't see every day, or it's something that you have to rely on yourself, I definitely am like, oh yeah, I'll do it this weekend, and then like a weekend goes by and then I'll be like, I'll just do both of them next weekend, and then like, you know, it just snowballs like that. So gotta make sure I stay on top of myself for that. And then Calc 3, which I'm not worried about whatsoever. I don't like math, I don't like it, but I'm weirdly good at it. And also I'm like going kind of backwards because I used to have I took DiffyQ last semester, but typically people will take Calc 1, Calc 2, and then Calc 3, and then DiffyQ. But I took DiffyQ right after Calc 2. But then my AC advisor was like, hey, you should take Calc 3, it'll look good for grad school. And then I was like, do I want to do that? But ultimately I was like, all right, you know, it's just going to be a class that you obviously know, like, you can pass, it'll be fine, you know, it's just math. So I was like, okay, we'll take it. And then ECE, not gonna lie, I have no idea what that is. I've heard people who have taken it, but I don't know what exactly is in store. So, you know, it'll be a surprise to me just as much as to you. And then MSS, which is military studies. So yeah, it's a jam-packed semester. As you can see, I'm taking I'll have M1 through M7, and then T1 through T7. It's okay. Everything is always a grind. But if I made it through last semester, I can make it through this semester. Well, if I want to. I'm not gonna freaking drag my lifeless body across the finish line. Remember, because that's my New Year's intention. I'm going to prioritize my internal health. But yeah, I'm super excited for some of these courses. Not chemistry. But I'm kidding. Hopefully my chemistry teacher does not watch this, so they don't have like a bad idea of me. But nonetheless, though, this is gonna be super duper interesting. The thing I'm most excited for is definitely jump, because, you know, a lot of my friends got to jump over the summer, but I didn't return back until late July, and yeah, I didn't have it. I'm pretty excited about poli-sci too. It's something that I'm always been interested in, and yeah, this is gonna be a kicking semester, but, you know, I'm always up for a challenge. Like, I'm in definitely a weird like limbo state right now. Like, I can't believe that I'm returning tomorrow, and like I'll be gone from California and back in Colorado where it's freezing cold. But I've been so blessed. Like, this break has been so awesome, you know, having my family here, having my boyfriend here. I've just been so grateful for the time that I get to spend with them, and it's reminded me that, you know, there's always people who support you and who love you unconditionally, and that's really what's been helping me through I guess my entire life, you know, not just from going to the academy or, you know, anything else that I've ever embarked on. It's going to be an interesting semester. It's going to be an interesting year. But I'm not gonna speak for the future. You know, what happens is what happens, and I'm gonna, you know, let things play out, and just follow my heart, as cliched as that sounds. But again, just Happy New Year, and I hope that everything that you guys dream and wish for and work for comes true and comes into fruition this year. You know, I feel like the whole world needs a pick-me-up, right? But nonetheless, thanks for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time.